in live. Hello. I am Maricita Colors in English. How are you? Today we have a nice lesson. We are in live. Now here is 10 and 11 minutes. I am from Peru, but actually I live in Germany. In my last workshops, I made crochet and knitting. Yesterday we made this fantasy stitch in crochet of my poncho Marlene. This is crochet. This poncho is only one piece that you must make 50 centimeters of wide and the long 1 meter 40 without increases and decreases. I will let you the pattern of my poncho on the comments and on the description box. Thank you for your like. We are in live. Now here in Germany is 12 or 10 and 12 minutes in the morning. Las 10 y 12 minutos en español. I speak Spanish. I have my channel in Spanish and English, and now I make my workshops. Subscribe you in my channel, it's total free, and activate the bell to receive the post when I have a new video here on my channel, a live like this workshop. Thank you to give one like to my video, and you can find me too on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. Look, I saw some videos of this nice scarf. I find videos from 2 years ago. This is knitting. I use here the garter stitch. I like this work. Look, the borders are perfectos. I use 100, no, this is cotton, baumbole, algodón en español, yarn of cotton. This is a nice decoration. One day, in another workshop, I will show you to make this nice flower in crochet. In one of my workshops, we made this baby shoe, a miniature. You can find all my workshops here. You can write live Maricita, and you will find here on my canal, in my channel, you can find patterns free from crochet, knitting, boleros, ponchos, sweaters, headbands, beanie hats. You have a lot of patterns free here on my channel. And okay, I saw this pattern of the Sophie scarf, la bufanda de Sofía. You can make this with a lot of stitches. The borders are always the same, but I saw that you can make with a lot of stitches. This is the garter stitch, punto Santa Clara en español. But you can use another, like the stockinette stitch. This is the first video or the first pattern that I make of this scarf. I like. It's super easy. You begin here. I began with 7 stitches. And after this, I begin to make increases, aumentos en español. This is the front of my work. Why? Because the yarn of the beginning is in the right side. So to me, this is the front of the work. So you begin to make the increases in this side, in the left side, only in the left side. Always I make the increases for the front of the work. I saw videos or I looking for information how many centimeters or inches of long you can make this nice scarf. The particular of this scarf is that it's teeny. It's not so big because it's for our neck. You can looking for some photos. I began here with 7 stitches and I stop the increases until that I have 30 stitches. After this, I make some rows without increases. Only I make the 30 stitches in every row because I want to have 60 centimeters of long approximately. 60 and 60 centimeters are approximately 120 centimeters of long. But I remember, thank you for your like. I remember that this stitch always is super stretch. So when you make in your neck and you make the canot in your neck, this is super stretch. So I only make, I will see, this is centimeters. Here I have approximately 56 centimeters of long. I know that you always make in inches. I will make here 56 centimeters in inches. It's approximately 22,04. Null is German. 04. This is the inches. 22,04 inches. Because this is the half of our scarf. This will be the half, la mitad. So from here that I have this 22 inches, I will begin to make the increases. So here, where is the mark? This is the last increase that I made. And here, for the front of the work, I will begin to make the decrease. Decrease disminuciones. Crocheted by T. Hello, thank you to be here. Thank you for your like. I will show you with another yarn, don't worry, but I want to show you how is this work. It's super easy. Only you must make the long. I have 50 grams of cotton yarn. I want to use only 50 grams. So, but this is the first pattern that I make to me. So we will see. You will see. Look, these 3 stitches I didn't make in the reverse. So here I will make all knit stitch. You only must make knit stitches with this model. Knit stitch, punto derecho en español. How is the knit stitch? Look, we insert, we bring the yarn, and this yarn is the new stitch. And this goes out. This is the knit stitch. The needles are the number 3,50 millimeters. So I make always the increases or decreases for the front of the work. I made increases every 9 rows. I made the increases. Only one increase every 9 rows. And here I have now 30 30 stitches. Look, these 3 knit stitches we don't make. This is, you must repeat in all the work. Yarn into the front and we pass the 3 last stitches like the purl stitch. And now I am in the front. Look, when the yarn of the begin is in the right side, to me this is the front. And this is my guide for make the increases and decreases. Anastasia Sienkiewicz. Hello, greetings from Poland. I make 2 crochet. I make now top. Oh, wonderful, Anastasia. Anastasia, welcome to my channel. It's hard this for me. Okay, the knitting. I love the knitting. This is the first technique that I learned when I was a kid, maybe with 7 years old. I always saw my mother to make knitting. She only knows knitting, my mother. My mother teach me. This is the technique from my mother, so I love. So, okay, this is the front of the work, and here I will make the first decrease, okay? But don't worry, I will show you now with how I begin my scarf Sophie, Sofía en español. These 3 stitches that we didn't make in the reverse, I will make here in the front, like knit always. 1, 2, 3. And this border is perfecto, it's beautiful. I love this border. It's only to make this technique. So I want that my scarf is approximately 1 meter 10, 1 meter 20 centimeters of long. The half has the 22 inches, and I will begin to make the decreases. Decreases, disminuciones en español. Here you learn Spanish, knitting, and crochet too, and sew. You can find here all my patterns. So look, we make the knit stitch. In every stitch I have 30 in this row. Only we make knit stitches, and now I will make the first decrease. The first decrease, I must let the 3 stitches that we don't make. So the previous 2 stitches, in these 2 stitches, I will make every 9 rows the decreases for the front of the work. So how is the decrease? This is the first, this is the second, and from the second, I catch both stitches. And we make the knit stitch, yarn between the 2 needles, and we back the needle of the right and catch the new stitch, and these both go out. This is 1 decrease, disminución. 2 stitches now are 1. And these 3 we don't make. We make yarn in the front and we pass only to the right needle without make. And look, where is the yarn now? We turn the knitting work, and now the yarn is here, and we begin to make the knit stitches. Look, this is super easy. You can make for summer, for winter. I only want to use 50 grams of yarn. But this is the first, so my first scarf with this technique. So I try that. I hope that this yarn is enough for finish, because now it's like we make the decreases until that I have again 7 stitches like this. Don't worry, I will show you how I began to make this nice scarf. We only let 3 stitches without make, only 3. Yarn in the front like we make purl stitch, and only we pass the stitches like purl stitches. I pull a little and ready. Now I am in the front and I began to make the decreases. Here you can see the decrease. How I make every 9 rows. The first row is where I made the decrease to me. This is here in the front is the knit stitch. And the purl stitch that you see here is that we made for the reverse. So always I make the yarn or the mark here, because here I began to make the decrease or increase is the same. So here I have 1 and 2 rows. Every 9 rows for the front, I will make the next decrease. So this side always will be the same without increases or decreases. The decrease or increase only is in the right side. I like this modelo, and now I will show you with another color. First, I will pass these stitches to another yarn, to another needle, for I can use the same needles, the number 3,50, because the texture of the work I like. With cotton, 100% cotton, looks very nice, this scarf. But you can make with, for winter too, you can make it. I don't know why is this name Sophie scarf. I must to recherchieren, like say the Germans. I must investigate why is this name where. But I saw videos of this scarf from 2 years ago. But really, I didn't saw before, because I didn't notice that this scarf 2 years ago was the new model. Okay. Now I will show you with this yarn. It's cotton yarn too. Here I have 50 grams too. Thank you for your like. Muchas gracias. What say Anastasia? It's hard this for me. Yes, knitting. I am trying before, but it's so hard. I'm crochet 14 years. I am knitting, but I am using only my left hand. Okay, your work, beautiful. Are you sealing your work? Not, how is this word? No, I don't sail, but maybe I have my store in Etsy, but now only I have bags in my Etsy store. I will let you but now I only sail in Deutschland, in Germany, because I live in Germany. So I don't know how is for another country in Europe. Can I make same this thing with only one hook on crochet? Yeah, I saw. Yes, I saw that there is patterns in crochet. natürlich you can make in crochet, I think. Sure, it's not the same technique. Crochet is a little more different, the structure of the works, but this is like a little like crochet too. But I will make in crochet one day too. I love the scarf. For me, I use always a scarf because I like for the, when it's a little cold, I love the little scarf. So, oh, thank you, my dear Anastasia. Danke schön für dich auch. Vielen Dank. Okay, I will make this with another color. I will make the same stitches, but the difference will be that I don't want make so here so many centimeters. I saw that skip there is a scarf of 10 centimeters, and here I have almost 13. But I will make the only difference of this new pattern, it will be that I will make not every no 9 rows the increases. I will make every 11 or 13 rows. We will see. Don't worry. I will make the same steps, but only the difference is that I will make the increases more space between every increase. For that is not so the 13 centimeters here, because we must have maybe 60 centimeters in the half of our scarf. For that altogether is 120. So 22 inches was almost 56 centimeters. We will see. Okay, I will make 7 stitches. This is my Peruvian technique, okay, from the Incas land. We begin. To calculate 7 stitches, I will involve 7 times the yarn in my needle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will let some centimeters. I will let 3. And from here, I will make the 7 stitches, 7 puntos. Look how I catch the yarn with my 2 fingers. With this and these fingers, I open and we insert in the center. Look. And from left, right, in the center. Here I have 2 stitches. Again, not so tight, not so loose, remember. Left, right, in the center. Izquierda, derecha, al centro. Izquierda, derecha, al centro. Left, izquierda. Right, derecha. Left, right, and ready. 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 stitches. This is the needle number 3,50 millimeters. In the etiquette say that I can use 3 and 4, but this structure I like with this yarn. It's almost the same yarn. It's teeny, delgado, hilo delgado. Hilo, yarn, delgado, teeny. With O at the end is masculine, hilo, delgado. Okay, we begin. Sorry. Here we will use only the knit stitches and we let the 3 last we don't make. Okay, we begin, chicas. 1 knit, the second knit, third, 4 knit, and we have 3. And we don't make these last 3. We pass the yarn in the front, and we pass these stitches from the needle from the left to the right. Only we passed. Los pasamos en español. 1, 2 y 3. We turn the knitting work. Volteamos el tejido. And these 3 that we didn't make in the another side, we will make again. We pull a little the yarn and we begin to make the knit stitches with careful. 3 and 4. And here I find again the 3 last stitches, yarn into the front, and we pass from left to the right needles without make. 1, 2 y 3. We pull a little here and we turn. Look, when the yarn of the begin is in the right side, to me, this is the front. Here you can count. We have 1, and with this pull stitch is the second row. 1 y 2, 2 rows. We must count the first 4 to know where we will make our increases, okay? Every 11 or every 13 rows. We begin again, the 3 stitches, four, and the last 3 we bring the yarn to the front and we pass 1, 2, and 3. We pull and we turn. Ich spreche Deutsch ein bisschen. Yeah. But English is my second language. That is super. That is super good. I think it's only me here. It's only me here. I don't understand this. But thank you, my dear Anastasia. Okay. For the reverse, always we make all the stitches, no? Only we make knit stitches. We let the 3 last stitches yarn into the front and we pasamos los puntos a la aguja and we turn. The stitches are super easy, only you must let these 3 in every row. For the front and reverse, we don't make the last 3 stitches. And here into the front, we make all. 1, 2, 3 y 4 puntos. Stitches, puntos en español. And we have the 3. The important is that the yarn is in the front, remember. And we pasamos los puntos. I pull, we turn, and we continue. You can use all the needles, only I have these needles, the circular needles. I have this in this number, but I can use all the needles too. So in the front always, or we make always all the stitches that we find, no? Only we let the 3 last stitches. Yarn in the front and we pasamos los puntos. We pull and we turn. You can see how many rows we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will let in this scarf, I made every 9 rows. For the front, I made the increases. But here I will let more stitches, okay? More rows. Maybe 11 or 13. It's only one increase every 13 stitches that we will make. This is because I want that the long is approximately 60 centimeters until the center of my scarf. Yarn here and we I saw that in another patterns they make with needles number 4, number 5. They make with not so teeny yarn. The important is the long of our scarf. I saw a scarf from 1 meter 10, 1 meter 20, 1 meter 30 centimeters. Centimeters. We will see in inches. I will show you. So now you can see 2, 4, 6, 8. Here I have 8 rows. In my scarf, in this row, I began the increases. But I will make more rows. This is the number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn in the front and we pass 3 stitches. We pull and this is the number 10. So in the reverse always we make the even number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have the 3, yarn in the front, and we pass the last 3 stitches. Thank you for your like. Remember that now in my channel in Spanish you can watch my videos. Some of my videos have the translation with subtitles, and from this year you can hear in another Stimme, in another voice. I think it's artificial intelligence. They make the translation of my Spanish to English. You must looking for in your YouTube that you can change the language. So here only we repeat all, and I will show you how I make the increases. Yarn in the front and we pass. I find this color beautiful, this rose. When we let these 3 stitches that we don't make, this give this shape of our borders. It's beautiful. Okay, yarn in the front and we pass the last 3 stitches. We turn. And now you can count. Look, where are the purl stitches? That is the reverse for me in Spanish. It's like the second. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Here I have 12 rows. We will see again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, here I have 12 rows. I am in the front and in the 13th row, this is the 13th row, I will begin with the increase. Look, between every canot is 1 knit stitches. So if you count only the purl stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 purl over, but between every purl we have 1 knit stitch or 1 knit row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 2 times 6 is 12 rows. This is like you can count your rows too. Okay, here in this row, I will begin with the increase. Attention, in this 13th row, we make the 3 stitches. Here I must let 3, and I have this, sorry, I have this stitch, previous the 3. Here in this stitch, we will make one increase, un aumento en español. So we will make the knit stitch like always, but we don't make out this, okay? Look, we bring the new yarn, the new stitch, or the stitch, and we make our needle into the back of this knit stitch, and we insert in the back. And with the yarn, we make again the knit stitch, and now we have the second stitch. So from one stitch, now we have 2. This is the first increase, el primer aumento. Thank you for your like. Muchas gracias. Yarn into the front, because we must pass the 3 last stitches. And we made our first increase. Like this, you must repeat 13 times or 11 times, or every the rows that you prefer, no? But for that our work is uniform, we must make, if I make here every 13 rows, you must make always every 13 rows. Hello, my dear chocolate and more with fruity. Doing good job. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Eves Art and Crafts. I am your new friend, dear. Muchas gracias. Bienvenida. Thank you. Muchas gracias, chicas. Thank you for your like. So, this is, we made, remember, the first increase in the front of the work, and every 13 rows. I will show you how I make the 13 rows. I saw that in some patterns, the women have a machine, a little machine, is for count the rows. But I have not this machine. Maybe here in Germany, yeah, I think I can buy here in Germany. But I want to show to all the person that maybe have not the possibility or the chance to find this machine, but maybe you can find it. Okay. Thank you for your like. Muchas gracias, chicas. I try to make every day my workshop in English, every day from Monday to Friday. But sometimes if I have, I cannot, I will let you a pattern on my publications. So for this, always try to activate the bell to receive the post when I have a new video, a new workshop, or short, or publication, for advice that maybe I have not the workshop. So we made the first, I need my glasses. So we turn the work, volteamos el tejido en español, you learn Spanish too. Needles, agujas en español. Yarn, hilo en español. Stitch, punto en español. This is the punto derecho en español. Punto derecho, knit stitch. Punto revés is pull stitch. So now we made the new stitches, or the new stitch, the increase. Now always we find the last 3 stitches, yarn in the front, and we pass only. So here we are in the front. This is the second row. Here is the purl from the, after that we make the increase. So always I make one yarn, one mark before this row, for that I can count the 13 rows. This is where I count. This purl stitch to me is the second, because the first is where we make the increase. And we continue only. We must make the 12 rows, and in the 13 I will make the increase again. We have here 3 last yarn in the front, and we pass. We pull, we turn, pull, jalamos, turn, volteamos. I want that you learn a little Spanish. Maybe you can watch all my videos, all my patterns in Spanish too. Maricita Colors is my channel. You can find me too in Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. Okay, we begin again. I want to make the another increase for that you watch how I count the rows. Como cuento las hileras. Rows, hileras. The last 3, so yarn in the front and we pass. We pull, we turn, and look the border. This is fantastic. I liked these borders. Always in my knitting works, I like the borders that are good. And when I make this technique, this was amazing to me. Okay, the last 3 yarn in the front, and we pass the last 3. This is all the work, chicas, or chicos. This is all the work, only you must always repeat the same. We make the knit stitches, and we let always the last 3 stitches, yarn in the front, and we pass without make the stitches. We pass the stitches like purl stitch. Purl stitch is from the right to the left. I have my course basic of knitting here. You can looking for like knitting Maricita, or lessons basic knitting Maricita. Muchas gracias. I speak Spanish, yo hablo español, y para mí el inglés es mi segundo idioma, y a veces también puedo confundir el idioma inglés con el alemán. Eso es un poquito de español. This is a little Spanish. I told you that my first language is Spanish, the second is English, and now German too. But sometimes I can confuse a little the words in English or German. Sorry. Okay, we continue. I must make 12 rows, and in the 13 in the front we will make the another increase, aumento. We pull, we turn, the yarn always in the back, for that we make the knit stitches. Here we have the 3, we make the yarn in the front, and we pass like purl stitches. Now I am in the front, and look how I count. Where is the ganchito? Where is the mark? This is the first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 rows here. Or you can count the purl stitches, the canot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 4 2 times is 8. So I have 8 rows here. Because between this purl we have the knit stitch. This the garter stitch is very nice and it's very stretch, so you don't need to make so long. I will see this when I use this, I will tell you. Yarn in the front and we pass the 3. I must make 12 rows before the next increase. Increase, aumento en español. Decrease, disminuciones. We pass the last 3. We pull and we turn. I must make the increase in the 13th row. Yarn in the front and we pass the last 3. So we have here the mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I have 6, 2 times 12 rows because we begin with this knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 rows. Thank you for your like, chicas, muchas gracias. And now in this 13th row, I will make another increase. I will make into the, here I have the 3 that we must let, and previous these 3 in this, we will make the increase. Look how I make the increase. This is the technique of my mama. We make the knit, we make the needle back, we cut, and we go into the back of the same stitch. And we cut the part of the back of this, of the same stitch. With the yarn between the needles, we back, and we have the new stitch. So now we have 2 stitches from 1. We make out all, we pull a little, now we find the 3, yarn into the front, and we pass the last 3 stitches. And ready, we made the second increase. And we continue making only the knit stitches. Here I find the last 3 stitches, yarn into the front, and we pass the last 3 stitches. We pull and we turn. Now, this is the second row. This cannot, the purl stitch is the second row, so I change the place. I make previous the purl stitch for that I recognize. This is the knit stitch. In this row, I made the increase. So 1 and 2 rows. Thank you for your like, chicas. Muchas gracias. Tomorrow I will show you how I make or how I finish my another scarf. I use maybe 1 year, 1 day and a half to make this. Not all the day. In the nights, I always try to knitting. We have the three last, we pass the yarn into the front and we pass only the last 3 stitches. We pull, we turn, and we continue making the 12 rows between before the another increase. So it's 1 stitch more every 12 rows. Yarn in the front and we pass. Here in this pattern, I made every 8 rows. In the 9th row for the front of the work, I always make the increase. So here you can watch the increase and I can count the rows. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 times 2 is 8 rows. And here in the front, in the knit stitch, you see the another increase. I make these increases until that I have the 30 stitches that almost are 12 centimeters of white. And after this, I made some centimeters only with 30 I made without increases, with the 30 stitches, only this part, because I want that my scarf is a little longer. For this, I made this part, because I don't want to make more increases, and this is not like the Sophie scarf. The Sophie scarf is not so wide here in the center. For this, I made now every 13 rows, I made the increases. For that, when I am here with the 60 centimeters of long, it's not so wide. We will see. I will show you when I have ready these two. Asmat Yula, make it for me too. Thank you to be here and give one like to my video, chicas. Muchas gracias. So, look, we make only the knit stitches, and when we find the last 3, the yarn in the front, and only we pass from one needle to the another needle, we pull, we turn, and we continue. I make every 13 rows this new scarf, because I don't want make so many increases until that I have the 60 centimeters of long. We will see how it is. Yarn in the front and we pass the last 3 stitches. So you see that is very easy. Here I have, by example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 rows. I must make 12 rows for that I can make the increase. So now I will show you in another, but I will pass the stitches from my rows. I will pass here, okay? I must buy one needle, 3,50 millimeters. Okay, this I will continue making, and I will pass again to this another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 stitches, 28 stitches. Look, here is the yarn. I let the 3 without I make. We turn, the knitting work. Thank you, muchas gracias. Thank you for your like. And now, where is the yarn? The yarn is in the right side, so to me this is the front of my work. Here is the mark where I made the decrease. Now I began to make the decreases. So we make the knit a stitch only. I must make the decreases. Here I made every 9 rows. I make the increase and again the decrease I must make every 9 rows for that my work is uniform. If you make your increases every 11 rows, you must make the decreases to every 11 rows. So we find the last 3 stitches, yarn in the front, and we pass only the stitches. And here is the last increase, and my decrease begin. You can watch, you can find it. This is good, we don't find. Here we have 1 decrease, but I had 30. And I made all these rows with only 30 stitches. But look, you don't find the decreases. This is fantastic. This is good. But sure, with attention, I will find, don't worry. So I hope that this yarn is enough to make until here, because we must make the both sides the same. This is to me Heimat, like say Germans. Heimat is like my home, because I learned this knitting with my mother, and my mother lived in Peru. I come from Lima, and when I knitting, I remember her a lot. She is, still, she lives in Peru, so I go every year to Lima to visit the family. Okay, we find the last 3 stitches, yarn in the front, and we pass the last 3 stitches. We pull and we turn. So the idea is that, to me, is that this must be for like 1 triangle. But this is my first. I saw some patterns that they say that if when you want the longer until the half, because when you begin the decreases, this is the half of your work, you must have 60 centimeters approximately, no? how is 60 centimeters in, let me see in my computer, 60 centimeters 60 centimeters in inches is 23 inches, 6. 60 centimeters, 23 inches. You must have until the half of your scarf, you must have 23 inches more or less. I saw a lot of patterns, but they don't only I find one that tells you the centimeters or inches, but I must looking for a lot to find how many centimeters we must have here, or the long from the beginning until the half of our Sophie scarf. Here in the center with the 30 stitches, I have approximately 12.5 almost centimeters. In inches, 12, we will see how many, 12, 4.7 inches here. But I saw that some patterns have 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters is 3.9 inches of white. When you have this, you begin the decreases. And when you begin the decreases, this will be like this, until that we have again the 7 stitches. So, my dear friends, what do you think about this pattern? You like or not? For me, it's fantastic. I love to learn these borders. I find so nice, so pretty. Muy bonito en español. Me encantó tejer. This garter stitch is beautiful too, but I want to make more with another stitches too. You can use all the stitches, fantasy stitches in knitting, because the borders are ready with this technique. And ready, chicas. What do you think about this knitting scarf? I hope that you try. This is the only way that you can learn to try. Don't worry if you have mistakes. You must try. This is the important. I made this pattern almost 1 day and a half I use in this nice pattern. Okay, my dear friends, before I finish my workshop, we have almost 13 likes and 63 minutes. Before I finish my workshop, I want to invite you to subscribe here on my channel, Maricita Colors in English. It's totally free. And remember, activate the bell to receive the post when I have a new video here on my channel. You can find me too in Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and Facebook. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much to all my friends that write me. I will tell your name. Crochet by T, Anastasia, Cienquipix. Thank you, my dear friends. Chocolates and more with Shruti, Evers, Ips Art and Craft, Asmat Ula, and Robin S1. Thank you very much. And tomorrow we will see us in another workshop. Maybe we learn in crochet how I made this nice flower. It's mini flowers. Thank you, my dear friends. We see us. Chao, chao. Muchas gracias y hasta mañana.